Hello, this is the ninth episode of the Neil Diamond Discography. Well, we've been through Neil's studio albums, live albums, Christmas albums, compilations, and now we haven't seen all the compilations of Neil. It's impossible to obtain them all, I know, but we stopped at the MCA compilation. So we go further now with the period after the MCA, the Columbia years, CBS years, and we'll find lots of compilations. I took a few for you to show. This is one with songs like Beautiful Noise. It's called 12 Songs Volume 2 because he had a one called 12 Songs earlier. Longfellow Serenade, if you know what I mean. Even Yesterday's Songs is on it. It's a nice cover of Mr. Neil Diamond sitting in his chair looking at you. And then there is this strange one. I think it's German, exklusiv für unsere Mitglieder. Yeah. It's called Neil Diamond Songbook, and there's Beautiful Noise on it also, and Yesterday's Song. So I guess it's the same one as this one, yeah, but another cover. And in the inside there are all lyrics, so you can read them and sing along, yeah. And then there is this. I think it's Dutch. It's a Dutch. Van Arcade, yeah, and it's yeah, it's Dutch. It's a very nice compilation. I think they did a very nice job. We will show you some CDs also from this same manner. There are songs like the Dancing Bumblebee is on it. So The Last Picasso, not all the big hits, but all, Dear Father of Jonathan. So I think Primitive. It's a nice compilation album, and they took the same picture for this one, but this is a German version. I don't think. Let me take you near. Yeah, it's the same order of songs. Yeah, as you can see, but it's a nice photograph of Neil, but not so nice artwork, I think. Okay, then we go further with the official releases of these. It's an early one called The Greatest Hits, and the problem with Neil was he had several record companies, and he never had, so he had problems with taking old songs in the same version in his new compilations. Afterwards, nowadays, he has obtained the rights of all his songs, and he had all the masters back, so we will see other compilations where everything is okay. But here, when he has to do Solitary Man or some songs of the earlier years, of the Bang years, of the MCA years, he has to put on live versions, other versions. Here is an interesting new duet with Kim Carnes. He did Hooked on a Memory of You, I guess, with Kim Carnes. Not sure, but here it is, Heartbreak Hotel of Elvis Presley, and there's a nice booklet on it too. There are some new live versions too, but it's a very nice booklet with all nice pictures of him that aren't as known as, you know, it's a very nice compilation. Greatest Hits 66, 92. And then there is The Essential serial. It's of lots of great artists, and it's a real honor to be alongside Bob Dylan and Barbra Streisand, and you know, all the great artists have this CD, The Essential, with very good versions of Solitary Man and so on, in mono, in the original version. There are also previous unreleased songs like live versions of Captain Sunshine here and Heavy Is My Brother, Yes I Will, Lady Marmalade. So it was nice to obtain this one with an overview of all his albums. It's nice they did it at the time. And then it was done also like this, with an extra DVD in it, The Greatest Hits Live of Neil Diamond. You know, the Las Vegas show appeared on many kinds of video and DVDs, and here it is with the same compilation of the essential Neil Diamond. There are much more. I just show you some, the ones I bought. And this one is quite special because it contains the CD everyone knows from the stores, with for the first time all the original songs, when he obtained all the rights of his old songs, and Sony Music has published it. But in this box there are some nice pictures of Neil on hard cards. See, ladies will love it, from his latest albums and from Holidays Night. And there he is in the fireworks. Neil, I think they are pictures of Neil. Here's one from his son, Jess. Yeah, and then the latest is this one, the 50-year anniversary collection of Neil Diamond. It really is the best of them all, because it contains them all in the original versions, with a nice booklet with it. Yeah, and it's done nice, and it sounds great because they are remastered. And some of his vinyl albums, like Beautiful Noise, Hot August Night, Sweet Caroline, and I guess the Jazz Singer, are put on new vinyl and 180 grams vinyl and remastered again, and are in the stores now. Of course we all have them, but perhaps they sound better like that if they did the remastering on the analog tapes, and I guess they did. Oh yeah. Well, then there is another compilation which is very good. It came a little bit early. I showed it already in my first video, because it has takes of his earlier work, his demos, songs that didn't appear on any of the albums. It's called In My Lifetime. There's a nice booklet in it with lots of information on every song. Yeah, it's a very great compilation. If you're a real Neil Diamond fan and you want to collect all the music, then you certainly have to collect this one. There was a sampler of the box, and it looked like this, and there are some songs on it of the album. So there is another long format compilation album, but this time it is from all his live music, and it's called Neil Diamond Performances 1970-2002 Stages. It's called Stages, and it contains lots of live music of Neil Diamond. It's very beautiful. There's two samplers of Through the Years. There are two from one concert in Dublin. There is one with all the Christmas music on it, and there is a DVD with a live show in Dublin with the famous Kiss of the Lady, and there is a booklet on it. You really has to collect this one. It's a very, very nice compilation of the live work of Mr. Diamond. But there was one earlier. I have to look for it. There was one earlier by Reader's Digest. Yeah, Reader's Digest once made an effort to make this live compilation of Mr. Diamond. It contained lots of his earlier live performances you could find on Hot August Night and Love at the Creek, but there were new songs also on it, like the Skybird intro from the Dublin concert in 1989. There were several. You Baby from the jazz singer, Amazed and Confused. Songs from that period are very good on this one. It's a very nice CD. You can't buy it by eBay by Reader's Digest anymore. There's a little booklet in it with lots of information. I cherish this one very much. I did buy it on eBay. It's perhaps, or Discogs. You can perhaps find it on Discogs. It's a very special album you can't find in any store anymore. So then we have some albums where Neil appears in. There are much more compilation albums, but I want to show you some CDs where Neil appears in. Here we have the greatest moments of the Grammy nominations, and we have a live version of You Don't Bring Me Flowers, and it is Neil and Barbra Streisand singing it live on this one. Then there is this one. I found suddenly a CD with Neil Diamond on it, and it is a very early Neil Diamond. It was, I'm looking for it, with, he's on the front, they're making publicity with his name, and I can't find the song he was singing. It's one who's also on, yeah, here it is, What Will I Do? It's from the sing of with Neil and Jack Parker, and it's quite rare, but it's also on In My Lifetime. Then I forgot the CD, it's still upstairs, from Frank Sinatra, when Neil is joining in The House We Live In. Neil Diamond singing together with Frank Sinatra. I don't think they were together in the studio, they did it apart. It's on the Do It album of Frank Sinatra, but it's part 2. Yes? And then there is the famous last waltz with the band where Neil Diamond is on it. There are much of extras on this one. There's also a new one with even more extras, but there's only the same song of Neil on it. There are no extras of Neil Diamond. You can see him on the DVD also, and it's called the song he's singing is called, of course, Dry Your Eyes. Wow, that one was far away. Okay, that's the appearances in several albums. I was forgetting the Do It album. Here are some interesting albums. Also, I forget, this compilation album is a very nice compilation album. It's called Neil Diamond, The Ultimate Collection. I think it's a Dutch one, but there are nice songs on it that aren't on many of the other compilation albums. Stargazer is on it, for example. We have Chelsea Morning. Yeah, it's a nice compilation over the years with nice pictures on it. Forgetting this one. So you see, I do all these videos live from the living room. And then I want to show you these. It's orchestral recording of all his songs, of some of his songs, medleys of his songs by the London Philharmonic Orchestra. It's a nice one to obtain. And there is a karaoke CD of Neil Diamond, so you can sing along with Crackling Rose and If You Know What I Mean, If You Know What I Mean, and America, and so on. So, we're almost at the end of this one, but I want to show you some more albums, vinyl albums where Neil is appearing on. So here we have his photograph on the album Can't Stop Dancing, and Mr. Neil Diamond is singing Cherry Cherry on this one. Then there is an album of CBS, where they make publicity of their record company, and you can see Neil over here, and he's singing Stargazer on this one. Stargazer, yeah, it's a rare album of the company CBS. Then there is this one. You can see, you find it on many flea markets over here, and Neil is singing here. It's a studio version, I presume, of where is he singing? Neil Diamond, Until It's Time for You to Go, the cover of Buffy St. Maria. Yeah, you can see him, a picture of his on the back, and he is quite here. Yeah, that's our Neil. Then I have this one. It's quite special, but you can find it. You can still find it. Neil, Diana Ross and the Supremes, and Neil Diamond. They're not singing together, but one side of the album is Diana Ross and the Supremes, and the other side is Mr. Neil Diamond himself, singing to you some of his early songs of the beginning of the MCA Years, The Long Gone, Glory Road, Grass Won't Pay No Mind, If I Never Knew Your Name, and Brooklyn Roads are all on this one. And there are the last two LPs I want to show you, is perhaps to warn you, because this album isn't of Neil Diamond. I showed you earlier in one of the earlier episodes, but there is also another cover, and this one is just called, sung by Dave Chaliner with the Tony Layton Orchestra and Chorus. It isn't Neil, and but if you want to collect them, they look like this. Okay, what are we going to do now? After this, I will make another attempt to make a video about his DVDs and videos. It won't be complete because there are much of other DVDs and videos on the web, but just movies from YouTube, and you can find them on YouTube. But the main videos I will show, and then I will show you a special about the tour magazines. I think you're gonna like that one. Bye. See you next time, perhaps.